Hunting season is upon us. We'll share some important reminders from safety experts for those heading out this year. And happening now, delays on John Nolan Drive. A live look at construction causing some travel woes and funding. To update, the Brewers stadium hinges on a vote tomorrow. News 3 Now's political reporter Will Keneally has the details. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Well, get your Blaze Orange out if you haven't already. We are less than a week from gun deer hunting season, but before you go out this weekend, you'll want to make sure all your gear is in safe working order. Our Kyle Pozorski shares how you and your family can do just that before Saturday. Kyle?
Just $10. That's how much the Dane County Sheriff's Office asked in order to assist in sighting in your gun this week. People we spoke with on the range today say it's well worth it for their peace of mind.
They're very helpful in assisting and making sure that your rifles are spot on.
Stanley Haig and son Rylan were just a pair of several people taking part in the Dane County Sheriff's Hunter Sight-In on Monday.
I'm just excited for Saturday.
Excited, but before the father and son duo go out to hunt, the all-important step of getting their scope lined up has to be done.
Yeah, I can do it on my own at another facility, but they just make it a lot easier and give you the peace of mind.
Each year, hunters visit the Sheriff's Training Center to get that peace of mind as part of their Hunter Sight-In events. Sergeant Dennis Searan says doing so is crucial to ensure safety as well as making sure the hunters
have a successful hunt.
Safety has always been a concern for hunters. Last year, the Wisconsin DNR investigated 8 hunting accidents, including 1 fatality. And they say 4 of the 8 were self-inflicted.
It doesn't hurt to reinforce the safety. Every little bit counts.
It's just a lot of fun.
The Sheriff's Training Center will continue to be open over the next 4 days through the end of Friday between 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m., and 4 p.m.
Kyle, thank you. Maybe not ideal weather for deer hunting, but a very nice week if you're not a hunter. Let's get a look at the first warn forecast. Meteorologist Alex Harrington out on the weather patio. Alex, warm one.
Yeah, definitely, Eric. Definitely too warm for hunting. You'd think you'd want a little bit of snow out there for tracks, but no snow in our forecast, at least not anytime soon, and certainly not with temperatures like this. We're at 50 degrees here in Madison, 53 in Middleton, 55 to the south in Oregon, still 57 to the south and east, our friends down towards Edgerton and Stoughton. 50 in Mineral Point, 52 to the north, and 54 to the south in Janesville. Probably don't even need the jacket out here right now on the patio with temperatures this warm. We'll dip down to 31 in Madison tonight, 34. We'll hang on to that in Baraboo, 33 in Monroe, and 32 in Janesville for the low temperatures tonight. But look at out towards La Crosse and Prairie du Chien, a little bit warmer, 40 degrees out towards the Mississippi River, and it's that warm air that's continuing to move towards the east. We'll go for a high temperature tomorrow after lows right around 32 degrees. We'll go all the way up to 57 degrees. Could see a couple places approaching that 60-degree mark as well as we carry on into Tuesday. Thanks, Chuck from Verona, for sending us this viewer photos. You know we like to show the weather, not just talk about the weather. And there are ways that you can submit your photos. Just go right now, channel3000.com/weather. Scroll on down and click the Post Your Photo button. We'll see if we can get those photos on air. Coming up, Eric and folks will be talking about when we can see the temperatures go from the 60s back to the 30s. That's coming up.
All right, Alex, thanks. And this morning, construction officially started on John Nolan Drive, down to only 1 lane now in each direction. That's for traffic under Monona Terrace. Madison officials warned us ahead of time to expect some heavy traffic delays, and Armand Rahman is live to see what it looks like on this first day. Armand?
Yeah, Eric, it seems like people heeded that warning from the city of Madison. As I've been here so far, it seems that a lot of people are avoiding taking John Nolan for the most of the stretch of their commute underneath the Monona Terrace. However, I can see some of the delays that the city is talking about, especially as the merge happens into the 1 lane of traffic right before going under the bridge. That's where it seems to bottleneck up the most because people maybe are still getting used to the fact that this is now only 1 lane going and 1 lane coming. Now, the reason why the city of Madison, again, wants you to avoid taking John Nolan through this stretch of construction through December is because of crews that will be working on plumbing and electrical work underneath the bridge of the Monona Terrace. They'll be on lifts and they'll be on other types of equipment that kind of puts them in a bit of a vulnerable spot, if you will, for traffic that's coming in and maybe might not see them immediately as they go underneath that bridge. Now, I spoke to someone here who lives right next to John Nolan Drive, and he says that he's happy at least that the construction started as Broome Street and Wilson Street reopened. It kind of offers a little bit more alternative routes for people trying to figure out how to get to their work or school or so on. And we'll hear from some of those alternative routes from him later on tonight at 10. For now, live in Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
All right, Armand, thank you. And speaking of busy traffic, AAA says roads and skies will even be more packed than usual over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. More than 55 million people across the country, including more than 1 million in Wisconsin, are expected to travel 50 miles or more for Turkey Day. Gas prices are lower than last year, but airfare has gone up 5% as a record number of Wisconsinites are flying out for the holiday. AAA says taking the time to plan your journey now can help you avoid some stress and travel safer later.
Plan ahead to have some alternative routes in mind in case you do run into really heavy congestion or road closures that you need to try and get around. But beyond that, just being patient is really the #1 thing.
Well, Wednesday is expected to be the worst day for travel, especially if you're heading out of state. Around Chicago, travel times are expected to increase by 18%. In Minneapolis, they're expected to increase by 15%. For more holiday weekend travel information, visit our website at channel3000.com. A judge sentences 20-year-old Jeremiah Kane to 20 years in prison, 15 years extended supervision. He was accused of shooting and killing 20-year-old Nicholas Cook Labor Day weekend back in 2021. Kane pleaded guilty to first-degree reckless homicide back in August. In court today, Cook's mother called Kane a menace to society who hasn't shown remorse for killing her son. The search continues in Jefferson County. The sheriff's office renewing calls today to keep an eye out for a suspect in a 2020 double homicide case. Deputies have been looking for 61-year-old Kevin Anderson for the last 3 years now. He faces 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. He's described as a white male in his middle 60s, 6 feet tall with blue eyes, balding brown hair. If you see him, do not approach him. You're asked to immediately contact local law enforcement. Back in 2020, Jefferson County deputies were dispatched to a possible burglary, and when they arrived, they found Anderson's sister and brother-in-law shot dead in a family member's driveway. A deputy on the scene was then shot at from the home. According to the Wisconsin DOJ, he returned fire before seeing black smoke coming from the house, which later went up in flames. New legislation introduced at the Capitol today to keep guns out of the hands of Wisconsinites who have been convicted of crimes related to domestic violence. The bill was introduced by Attorney General Josh Kaul, Madison State Senator Kelda Roys, and Madison Representative Lisa Subeck. They say this legislation would close a loophole that can save lives.
If an individual has access to firearms in a domestically violent situation, it is 5 times more likely to end in homicide. It is vital that we get guns out of the hands of abusers.
The bill would reorganize the disorderly conduct statute to separate violent conduct from other types of disorderly conduct so that the court record clearly indicates that the crime was a violent crime. A funding deal for the Milwaukee Brewers Stadium will be put to a vote tomorrow, but there's still a question of whether there are enough votes for it to pass. Political reporter Will Keneally breaks it all down for us. Will?
Well, Eric, the big question right now is whether there are enough votes to pass the deal. So here's what the state Senate looks like, and there are 22 Republicans. They need at least 17 votes to pass the legislation. Now, we know of at least 1 Republican senator voting no. Senator Van Wongaard's office confirmed to us that he will not support the funding bill, and here's why. The Brewers and state lawmakers are in negotiations right now on a stadium funding deal that would help keep the Brewers in Wisconsin through 2050. That package is made up of 3 parts: funding from Milwaukee City and County, the state government, and the Brewers themselves. The fight has been over how much funding the team itself should chip in. In the latest proposal, they increased their share by $10 million. And a new tax on non-baseball events would reduce the share the state is chipping in by roughly $30 million. But that's not enough for Wongaard, who shared with us that, quote, taxpayers have already paid too much, and there would never be enough money to make the Brewers happy.
Assuming that the Senate would pass that over to us, I see no reason why we wouldn't have the votes to be able to concur on that amendment almost immediately and put this issue to bed once and for all.
It's a different story in the state assembly, where an early version of the bill passed with a wide range of bipartisan votes. It's unclear in the state Senate whether Republicans have the 17 votes needed to pass the funding plan.
I'm confident that we have the votes to concur on that specific amendment. If they add other things in there, then that's a different conversation.
Now, so we're confident that this bill would pass the Assembly. We're not so sure about it passing the state Senate here tomorrow. We could see some changes to the Senate floor when this bill is brought up tomorrow. Now, if it fails, where does it leave us? Largely back to the drawing board. But there have been some other iterations of this Brewers deal floated. Governor Evers, for example, advocated using state surplus funds to get the stadium earlier this year. They'll have full coverage on this vote throughout the day tomorrow.
All right, well, thank you. Today was a sore sight to see for some Brewers fans. Craig Counsell meeting with the media in Chicago for the first time as the Cubs manager. Exactly a week ago, the former skipper of the Brewers inked a deal to become the highest paid manager in all of baseball. Counsell, a Whitefish Bay native and a former Brewer, shocked all of Wisconsin with the news to be the part of the team the Brewers will see quite often.
It's about growth, man. It's about just trying to like push yourself to a place that you're not at right now, and that's scary. Like, you know, I'm sitting up here, I'm a little scared. I'm sitting up here, you're a little uncomfortable. But that's how you get to a better place.
Counsell has a 5-year deal to manage the Cubs. Meanwhile, the Brewers are still looking for his replacement. Another disappointing and shocking loss for the Badger football team over the weekend. Bucky and company still need one win to clinch bowl eligibility. Sports director Zach Hanley is down at Buck and Honey's in Monona with a preview of tonight's taping of the Wisconsin Huddle.
Well, it's Monday, so you know what that means. We're in Buck and Honey's in Monona for this week's Wisconsin Huddle. Braden Locke's going to join us. We're going to look back at the last 3 losses, try to figure out what went wrong, but we're also going to preview their rivalry game against Nebraska, take a look at that trophy. It's also Senior Day. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to rate Luke Fickell's fit from last Saturday's game. Again, there's still time to come out to Buck and Honey's in Monona to watch the live taping that starts at 6:30. If you can't get there tonight, be sure to check it out. The full show on Friday at 6:30 right here on News 3 Now.
And coming up, we'll send it back out to News 3 Now's Armand Rahman to check in on the evening commute along John Nolan Drive and the latest on where the war stands in Gaza. That and more just ahead. And on Wall Street, to start the week, the Dow up almost 55 points. The NASDAQ falls 30. S&P 500 down almost 4. And we'll be right back.
You're the people who make junk disappear?
We brought a whole truckload of magic.
1-800-GOT-JUNK, I love you.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Big, beautiful sectional for just $9.99 with a free ottoman. Big deals.
Black Friday deals.
All month long. Up to 60% off list. Only at Slumberland. Relax in this Lazy Boy recliner for just $4.99.
Yep.
Update your bedroom with this modern bed for just $3.98. Deals so big, prices so low, all month long. But don't wait, because deals this great won't last.
The one and only Black Friday all month long sale.
Only at Slumberland Furniture.
Heck yeah.
Menards 11% sale ends Thanksgiving Day. Don't miss out. Freshen up your home with a paint that's washable, scrubbable, and stain resistant. Pick up a gallon of flat, forever interior paint for just $29.98 after rebate. Platinum Plus interior paint is a no prep, no prime paint that's made to last. It comes in a variety of colors to match any decor. Right now, a gallon of Dutch Boy Platinum Plus interior paint is $36.98 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont it. You want some ice time, a nice time, so good you post it twice time. You want some cheer? Now I'll show you where you gotta be. Tell you who you gotta see. Ooh, it's gonna make you smile. You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont.
Enjoy the magic of the North Pole, just east of O'Hare, with miles of memories waiting to be made. To Rosemont it your way, start at rosemont.com.
Rosemont it.
Get the best deals of the season on a new Tempur-Pedic from Steinhafels. Tempur-Pedic mattresses relieve pressure points and support the body as no other mattress can. And right now, you can save up to $500 on adjustable base sets. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Queen sets start at just $42 per month when you use 72-month financing. Hurry in, this deal won't last long. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
You're the people who make junk disappear?
We brought a whole truckload of magic.
1-800-GOT-JUNK, I love you.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
A local woman is treating wildlife to something sweet after the Halloween festivities.
It's not that hard to do, actually.
How you can carve out some time to help the little critters too. That's tonight at 6.
The University of Wisconsin system is getting a new name. Why now, when it's facing so many other challenges? I'm getting answers from the man in charge.
If you look at everything we're doing, it's being driven by our strategic plan.
The path to UW's new image, Thursday at 10.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Thousands have had to flee Gaza's largest hospital as conditions deteriorate. The Biden administration echoed Israel's claim that Hamas uses the hospitals as locations for its command posts. Skylar Henry has the latest now from the White House.
In Al-Shifa's hospital maternity ward, staff members put tinfoil in the cribs to help keep babies warm. The head of the World Health Organization says Gaza's largest hospital has been without electricity and water for days and has stopped functioning.
Our medical teams in Shifa Hospital now are facing death because they just committed to their patients.
Israel says Hamas complexes lie under Al-Shifa, and the group uses medical personnel and patients as human shields, something Hamas denies. Under international law, hospitals are protected, but if misused, can become legitimate targets. The Biden administration says it does not want to see civilians caught in the crossfire, but put the blame squarely on Hamas.
We would love to see all the people that are calling for Israel to take steps to protect hospitals call for Hamas to vacate the hospitals and stop using civilians as human shields.
As Israel pushes further into Gaza in an effort to dismantle Hamas, volunteers collected the last of the remains of victims at one of the Israeli communities hit hardest by Hamas on October 7th.
Every house here that had residents in or kidnapped or murdered.
About 240 people are believed to be hostages, and family members of those who have health issues spoke out Monday, including the sister of 23-year-old asthma sufferer Romi Gonen.
We can only imagine how she's struggling, gasping for air.
The Biden administration says it remains actively engaged in negotiations for the hostages' release. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
And the White House confirms an American 3-year-old whose parents were killed by Hamas is among the more than 200 hostages held by the terror group. The eldest sister of former President Donald Trump, Marianne Trump Berry, has died. Berry was a retired federal judge and prosecutor. President Reagan appointed her to the federal district court in New Jersey back in 1983. 16 years later, President Clinton nominated her to the 3rd District Court of Appeals in 1999. Berry retired in 2019 and was considered one of her brother's closest confidants, but during Trump's last year in office, his niece released recordings of Berry speaking critically of him. On the recording, Berry described the former president as cruel, saying he has no principles. Marianne Trump Berry was 86 years old. Protesters greeted Donald Trump Jr. as he returned to a New York City courthouse today. He took the stand as the first defense witness in the civil fraud trial against the Trump family and business. The $250 million lawsuit accuses Trump Jr. and his brother of knowingly participating in a scheme to inflate their father's net worth to obtain financial benefits. In testimony earlier this month, Trump Jr. denied any role in preparing his father's financial statements. Well, let's get a look at your first warn forecast on a pretty nice mid-November day. Meteorologist Alex Harrington and your forecast. Alex?
Yeah, Eric, you'd think it's the end of September or the beginning of October, but it's going to stay warm here. And the 3 things that you need to know: plenty of sunshine. That's why we have the gold glasses here. High temperatures expected up near 60 degrees on Wednesday and on your Thursday. Little, if any, rainfall is expected really over the course of a good portion of the next week or so. Let's take a look at some of these temperatures out there. We're at 50 degrees here in Madison, 50 in Middleton, 54 in Cross Plains, and 53 to the north. Our friends up towards DeForest and Windsor and Waunakee, and 51 to the south in Oregon. Let's see what's going on across the rest of southern Wisconsin. We got a 52 in the Dells, 48. You go a little bit further to the north towards Green Lake and Marquette counties, and hanging on to 54 degrees to the south in Janesville right now. Overnight low temperatures tonight, a little bit warmer out towards the Mississippi River, 35 in Prairie du Chien and 40 in La Crosse. We'll do 34 in Camp Douglas and 34 in Baraboo. We'll do 31 here in Madison and 32 in Janesville. Very nice Tuesday in store here. Temperatures upper 50s to the lower 60s across all of southern Wisconsin. A little bit better chance for those 60-degree temperatures in the Wisconsin River Valley, now towards the Mississippi River, where those river valleys have a tendency to warm up just a little bit more during the day, and they have a tendency to cool off a little bit more at night. Here in Dane County, we'll start off your Tuesday morning. A little bit of a breeze out of the south, partly sunny skies. Temperatures right around 31 degrees, although it could be as warm as the middle 30s, like I was saying, just a little bit further to the west. Madison's just a bit warmer. We'll do 54 degrees by the time we get to the lunch hour, with those winds getting a little bit more gusty out of the south. We'll do 56 in Middleton out there. And again, on and off periods of clouds, some sunshine, temperatures rising up to around 57 degrees by the time we get into the middle to the later portion of your Tuesday afternoon. Then let's watch these temperatures here, folks. I was mentioning we will see 30-degree weather in our future. We'll do up near 60 degrees by the time we get towards Wednesday and Thursday. It's very much above normal for this time of year. But as we head out into next week, look at the temperatures take a tumble. As we get about this time next week, we'll do about 50, and then we'll go all the way down into the middle 30s by the time we head towards that Thanksgiving holiday. Bottom line here tonight, a little colder overnight, but not bad for this time of year. Above normal temperatures much of this week. Again, that's why we're sporting the gold glasses for the nice mild weather with the next chance of rain maybe Thursday night as we start to see the weather pattern just start to shift here, which we'll see here in the 7 to 10 day forecast. With the breezy conditions Thursday and Friday, temperatures will tumble as we go on your Friday. We may start off around 50 around midnight with falling temperatures after that, folks. Then we'll go down into the middle to upper 40s by the time we get into early next week. And then there we see the temperatures. Look at Wednesday and Turkey Day next week in the 30s with lows in the 20s. Good news is weather-wise, maybe a weather system Monday and Tuesday, but not looking at any big storms, at least not at this point in time. I was mentioning in First Weather, there's another way you can send those weather photos to us, channel3000.com/weather. Just scroll on down and click the Post Your Own button for those weather photos. I think we got a time here for a little bit of traffic, folks. If you're heading westbound or eastbound on the Beltline right now, 60 to 65 miles per hour. Eastbound on 12, 65 miles per hour. Heading to the north on I-39, we'll do about 77 miles per hour. Swinging to the south in Janesville, things are going very speedy at around 80 miles per hour, both northbound and southbound on I-39. And up towards the Dells, things are also pretty speedy, 80 miles per hour. No adverse weather out there right now, so conditions looking great for driving.
All right, Alex, and I saw a little yellow on the isthmus there, so let's head back down to Armand Rahman. Another look at how the closure there of John Nolan Drive is affecting traffic right now. Armand?
Yes, that yellow is definitely starting to form here, Eric. It's funny, in just the past 10 minutes that we've been out here since the last time we talked to you folks, it has definitely started to stand still a bit coming in and out of the Monona Terrace Bridge here. And I wish I could be in a chopper right now to show you just how far the sort of lines of lights here kind of starts to slow down coming down John Nolan. It's almost right over by Olin Park here. So again, you can't avoid that, the city says, if you plan alternative routes, perhaps around the Capitol Square, maybe around East Washington, or maybe get on the Beltline and off the Beltline at a different spot, if at all possible. But otherwise, I can say the people that are trying to beat the merge and maybe go in front, not the best idea, because that's when they start getting stuck here and things tend to slow up a little bit. As you can see, things are a little bit of a slowdown here coming out of the John Nolan Bridge. But again, you can avoid this, the city says. Find alternative routes. For now, live in Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
All right, Armand, I do like the pitch for a helicopter. Well done. Next on News 3 Now at 5, a new drug that can help your heart. Stay tuned for that and more after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Stoughton Health has 3 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have clinics in Oregon, Stoughton, and McFarland with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Trust your feet to Morgan's Shoes.
Finn Comfort footwear is handmade from the finest of natural products, leather-lined and expertly crafted, made with great care to ensure a first-class product that Finn Comfort is known for. Finn Comfort, meticulously handcrafted in Germany and loaded with arch support. You can be assured that Morgan Shoes will properly fit you in your new Finn Comfort shoes.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to Morgan Shoes.
Morgan Shoes, Hilldale.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $2,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Think all Medicare plans are the same? Think again. A Medicare Advantage plan from Dean Health Plan gives you the benefits you need with premiums as low as $0 a month. Medical, hospital, and prescription drug coverage comes with $0 copays for primary care doctor visits. And extra benefits can help you save even more. Get preventive and comprehensive dental, $250 for eyewear, and $750 for hearing aids. Plus, you can save on over-the-counter health and wellness items. All this and a free fitness membership at more than 20,000 locations. Call 1-866-249-1748 now to request your free Dean Health Plan Medicare Advantage Guide. That's 1-866-249-1748. Dean Health Plan, right here with you.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjords furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjords furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
Stoughton Health has 3 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have clinics in Oregon, Stoughton, and McFarland with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A popular drug used for weight loss appears to have some significant benefits for the heart. CBS's Chanel Call has the details.
New research suggests the weight loss drug Wegovy may be effective at treating people with a history of heart problems. The study from Novo Nordisk, the drug maker behind Wegovy, found it can reduce the risk of heart attack, stroke, or heart-related death by 20%.
This is an important study, okay? It's more than 17,000 people, 41 countries. I want to emphasize that these are people who were overweight or obese, so BMI of 27 or above, and they had some underlying heart-related issue. Almost 70% had a heart attack.
CBS News chief medical correspondent Dr. John LaPook notes the study had a lack of representation. Nearly 3/4 of participants were men and 83% were white. Still, he says drugs like Wegovy and Ozempic are showing to have a substantial impact on people's health.
We have to look at the big picture. There really hasn't been a good intervention for people to lose weight. And we know that it's important for people to lose weight for all sorts of reasons. So this is a tool in our toolbox, right? Okay. But it's not the only tool in our toolbox. We do have diet and we do have exercise, and I think that's really important.
Medical experts hope this study encourages insurance companies to cover weight loss drugs and make them more affordable. Chanel Call, CBS News.
Alex is back. Final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
At Lawton Cates, your life counts is more than just a slogan. It's being prepared for all the challenges you may face after a serious injury. It's confronting every aspect of your case with honesty, integrity, and innovative solutions that have earned us a reputation for excellence in representing the injured. It's no wonder so many clients refer their own friends and family to our team of dedicated professionals year after year. Your life counts. Lawton Cates. Call today for a free consultation.
Every spring, the love of my life came here to paint. Cress helped us make sure she's never forgotten.
We are Cress. We truly believe your memories matter.
When you step into the Bruce Company, it's special. You can feel it. Discover one-of-a-kind gifts and decorations from around the world and treasures so unique, they'll be cherished for years to come. From sentimental to silly, from whimsical to wow. This year, all of my holiday gifts are coming straight from the heart, thanks to the Bruce Company, making your holidays bright since 1952. The Bruce Company on Parmenter Street in Middleton, your holiday experts.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there is now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, what we're learning about the 5 American soldiers killed during flight training over the Mediterranean. Plus, the U.S. carries out more airstrikes against targets in Syria that are linked to Iran. That and more headlines coming up tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
And Alex rejoins us with a final check of the forecast.
Yeah, can't be beat for this time of year. Temperatures approaching 60 degrees Wednesday going into Thursday. A little chillier tonight, but not too bad. Next chance of rain will be Thursday night. Not looking like a lot from that weather system. Look at those temperatures, Eric. 60s, then 50s, then 40s. We can just talk about the 30s next Wednesday and Thursday. We can leave that to next week.
Yeah, 60s, good chance to get out, get some cleanup, fall cleanup. Now's the time to do it.
Now's the time to get outside and get at the last of the fall cleanup.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely, our last chance before it cools off. All right, we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.